When was the last time that you were asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? For some of us, it's been a really long time. I asked my grandson that question. I don't know, it's been 2 or 3 years ago. He's 11 now. He was probably 8. I said, what do you want to be when you grow up? And he said, I don't know. I'm not smart enough yet to know. I thought that's funny. We ask kids, youngsters, teenagers, young adults, what do you want to be when you grow up? Okay, why did we quit asking ourselves that question? Once we became an official adult, does that mean we're on the road that we're supposed to be on and there's no other road? Does that mean that there's not opportunities for us to change and do something different? No. I don't know. We just kind of get figure that once you're an official adult, you know what you're supposed to be doing. So we don't ask people anymore, what do you want to be when you grow up? I ask myself that question occasionally. What do I want to be when I grow up? Just because I do what I do today doesn't mean I got to do that tomorrow or next month or next year. No. We don't ask that question anymore. But you need to ask yourself that question. Doesn't matter what age you are. What do you want to be when you grow up? You know, Colonel Sanders was broke and poor until he was about 64 years old. And he had this idea for frying chicken. And he finally found a restaurant that would take his recipe and make his chicken, and which made him into a success and very wealthy and very big business, KFC today. But he was 64 when it started. So, I mean, people start businesses late in life. People become authors way late in life. People do amazing things. It doesn't matter when you are. What matters is, are you still young up here? Are you still learning? Are you still willing to try something new? Do you have a dream that you just don't want to let go of? It doesn't matter how old you are. Keep going after the dream that you have in your head. So the question that you need to ask yourself is, what do you want to do next in your life? Just because what you're doing today doesn't mean you have to keep doing it. What do you want to do next? Maybe nobody's asked you that question in a really long time. So I'm asking you the question, what do you want to do next in your life? And you probably haven't even thought about it. Some of you have. I know some of you have. So how can you figure out what that is? Well, first of all, when you ask yourself that question, what do I want to do next in my life? It should be something that has an impact, that makes an impact. It can't just be, oh, I'm just going to go out here and home a garden. No. What's the next big thing you want to do? Find something that you are really interested in, something that will have an impact on other people. Maybe it's something that's going to have an impact on issues that are being dealt with in your community or in the country, in your state, in your business, whatever it is. What kind of impact do you want to have? That's the first question you need to ask. And that takes you down a really interesting road, because you start looking at your values, your beliefs, what energizes you, what excites you. If you want to create an impact, maybe you want to impact the lives of the homeless. Or maybe you want to impact the lives of people suffering, living through, or trying to overcome domestic violence. I have a dear friend who wrote a book on domestic violence. And she's helping to change lives because of her story, her tragic story that she had to live. But because of the story she lived, she now has a purpose to help others get out of the awful situation of domestic violence. What impact do you want to have? That's where you need to start. The second thing, dream big. Yeah, we all have big dreams. We all want to do big things and we want to accomplish big things. But you can't just jump off and do a big thing. Because if you do, you'll get frustrated. You'll say, what's the use? I can't get there. It's too big. It's a huge issue. It's too hard. But if you take small steps, small beginnings, you'll be amazed at how far you'll get. As I've talked before, 1% a day. If you take 1% action today, and 1% action tomorrow, and 1% action every single day, what, in a year? That's 365%. Technically, it's more than that, because if you compound 1% on top of 1%, I don't know what the number is. Small actions that may seem simple, that may seem insignificant, can over time have huge impact. Think about a river. Go to the Grand Canyon. Huge canyon. I don't know, it's really deep, it's really big. Started out as a stream of water running through the countryside. And over time, it wore away all of that hard rock and created that huge canyon. Something as simple as a stream of water created something huge and beautiful. One step at a time, one day at a time, one small, simple, insignificant act of water running across the ground made a huge, beautiful landscape. One simple, small act. You don't have to jump off and do something big and bold, because big and bold dreams can be really scary. They can be overwhelming. If you think about this big goal that you have and you want to achieve, you can sit there and not do anything because it's way too big. So what can you do today to get you one step closer? What's one simple step you can take today, this week, this month, next year? Start with today. What's one simple thing you can do today to get you down the road to what you want to be when you grow up, and to get you to that big, scary goal? Third, try it and see how you like it. Maybe you've been sitting there thinking about making a change or doing this thing, starting this cause, work on solving this problem, but because it seems so huge and you're afraid that people might scoff at you, people might ridicule you for doing it. What does it matter? If it matters to you, it matters to somebody else. Don't listen to anybody else. You may have a lot of different ideas. Well, try one. If you're not sure what you'd like to do, try one. And see how you like it. See how it goes. See if that's the path you want to follow. If it's not, try another one. We all hear the story about Thomas Edison and how many times it took him to invent the light bulb. He tried one. It didn't work, so he tried another one. He didn't give up. He kept working at it until he finally found the one. If you want to try a new job, go job shadow in the job that you want to do. Find somebody who's doing a job you want to do and say, hey, can I spend the day with you and just see what it's like? You may find you love it. You may find, no, this is not right for you. You have to experiment. You have to try new things. You have to pick one and you have to try it. You have to build your confidence in the fact that that's what you want to do. That's the next part of your life that you want to live. And the last question I'm going to ask you is, if not now, when? If you have this dream, this idea, I'll call it a passion, but if you have this life you really want to live, but you're afraid to step out, if you don't do it now, when are you going to do it? Because tomorrow never comes. If you say, well, I'll wait and I'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. When tomorrow gets here, it's called today. Tomorrow never comes. Don't put off until tomorrow what you can do today. The days are going to pass anyway. Tomorrow, you'll be a day older. Next week, you'll be a week older. The days are going to pass no matter what. Wouldn't you rather be doing what you really want to do in your life, or doing that new thing that you'd like to do, instead of maybe being stuck at where you're at and just trying to make it through another day, and you're frustrated because you've got this yearning inside of you. For me, I felt it in my chest. It was like this pressure that would come on me when I would think about the things I want to do to help people, and would be like, "Ah." I just had this, not a knot in my gut, it was a knot in my chest. The days are going to pass, so you might as well start. You might as well try. And that's when I wrote my book. That's when I started writing my book. That became an award-winning book, The Success Grower. You should go on Amazon and get the book. It's called The Success Grower. Look up my name, however you want to look it up. You might as well be doing what you want to do in your life, because the days are going to pass anyway. If not now, when are you going to start? When are you going to do it? What change do you want in your life and in your world? That's the question you need to ask. What change do you want in your life or in your world? That's where you'll find your own personal success, your own personal happiness, your own personal gratification, that you're living the life that you really want to live, and not the life that maybe somebody else has decided for you way long time ago and you just been stuck in it. If not now, when? If not today, when? Start today. Take one small step today and do it again tomorrow. It's your Friday Focus. I'm Mark Schinnerer, coming to you again from the porch. It's really calm today. Not a stitch of wind at all. It's really calm and really quiet. I hope you have a great Friday and a great weekend. I'll talk to you tomorrow.